Welcome to this video where we'll be finding out if it's now possible to create realistic vocals using a synthesizer based on AI research. We'll have a stab at creating the next Bond theme, and we'll do it all with Synthesizer V Studio by Dreamtonics. So stick around, make yourself a brew, give the video a thumbs up if you like what you see, and to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. It's totally free of charge. Over a month ago, Dreamtonics got in touch asking if I'd be interested in creating a video on their Synthesizer V Studio. So whilst the software was provided to me without charge, this isn't a sponsored video. The views I express are entirely my own, and Dreamtonics have no say in the contents of this video. It's also worth noting that the basic edition of Synthesizer V is free of charge. The Pro version is $89. But you'll also need to factor in that you'll need a license for each singer that you wish to use. So check out the Dreamtonics website for further details. I've put a link in the description. So what is Synthesizer V Studio? According to the Dreamtonics website, it's a synthesizer that replicates the nuances of the human singing voice thanks to years of AI research. As AI is such a buzzword at the moment, I dug a little deeper and found that the synthesis method is neural network based. But unlike many apps that are AI based, VStudio does not need to be connected online to work. Instead, you can download a number of voice profiles which reside on your computer, so you can work with your chosen virtual singer much as you would with a regular plugin. Now I happened to spot that one of the virtual singers is called Sheena, and it just so happens that my long-suffering wife is also called Sheena. So I thought it would be a fun idea to compare virtual Sheena with the real thing. Next, I needed a subject. As I'm usually recording instrumental music, I'm not sure why, but a Bond theme seemed like a good idea. And Sheena has always fancied herself as a bit of a Bond girl, so why not? Having watched a few YouTube videos with AI-generated vocals, where Julie Andrews is turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Ozzy Osbourne sings the theme from Titanic, I imagined that was how Synthesizer V Studio worked, superimposing AI-generated vocals on top of an original vocal recording. Sheena was keen to go. I'd recorded a MIDI file with a guide melody for her to sing along to, but when I loaded up the software in the DAW, that wasn't how it worked at all. Synthesizer V Studio works by recording or importing a melody in MIDI, and then inputting lyrics into the notes to generate the vocal track, and I'll show you how to do that later. Now it would be possible to record a singer, and using something like Steinberg's Very Audio, extract the MIDI data so that an AI vocalist could either harmonize with or replace the original singer. But as I'd already recorded a melody for Sheena to practice to, I thought that I'd use that for AI Sheena, and so spare the real Sheena's blushes. It's also worth noting that Dreamtonics are working on a piece of software called VocalFlex. It's described as real-time voice morphing, a tool to replace your vocals with any voice. So watch this space for updates on VocalFlex. So let's have a look at Synthesizer V in action. I've just added a little compression and room reverb to the output to simulate techniques that you'd use with real vocalists. You can either drag and drop a MIDI file to create your melody, or you can paint notes in as you wish. You can edit notes by shortening them, lengthening them, deleting them, etc., just as you would do in your DAW. And once you're ready to audition them, you can select your singer from up here and have a listen to the end result.
La, 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 la.
So in the voice section, not only can you select different voices, so let's have a quick listen to Kevin, you can select different characteristics. You'll notice that the screen is re-rendering, and it's re-rendered it for Kevin's voice. You can adjust the tension in the voice, the breathiness, the gender, tone shift, etc. in the vocal characteristics. So let's have a listen to Kevin do the same line.
La, la.
So let's adjust a few of the settings for Natalie's voice. I'll take down the breathiness and we'll have a listen to it. You'll see again, it's re-rendering, And we'll hit play.
La 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 la.
If you wanted to sort of increase the tension in the voice, so in other words, sort of singing more loudly, really, but it changes the characteristics, not just changing the volume. You'll see now she's belting out the number rather than being more restrained.
La 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 la.
So for Natalie, I quite like the tension to be sort of below the midway point and the breathiness to be a little bit above. Everything will now be re-rendered. And let's enter in some words. So instead of the la-la-las, all we do is we double-click on a note itself, and we can type in, and then by pressing tab, we can jump to the next word. So if I type Y, then tab, do, tab, we, try. We'll listen to that phrase again.
Why do we try?
I think you'll agree that's quite a realistic voice. Certainly it would fool most people. So in the spirit of Blue Peter, let's have a look at one we've created earlier. Here Natalie's been given quite a breathy voice, neutral tension, and let's have a listen to this in action.
Why do we try to forget times gone by?
So under the voice tab, we've been looking at characteristics that affect the whole voice, but if we select note properties, you'll see that we can actually go in and edit individual notes. Now, in my experience, everything seems to work straight after you've typed everything in. Not much editing is needed, but you can, for example, reduce vibrato or increase vibrato. So let's have a listen to her in isolation.
Why?
I love the breathiness at the end of the voice. So let's adjust the vibrato depth. Where has it gone? There it is. Now, as I say, it tends to work straight out the box, but you'll find now this is much louder.
Why?
But we can actually go in at an individual note level and adjust the depth of vibrato. Similarly, we can adjust the speed and the jitter. What is also quite interesting is that you can also adjust the emphasis on certain words. So if we look at Y, you'll see it's sort of spelt phonetically W-A-Y. We can emphasize the strength of the W and the duration of the W. So if I take that up, and we'll have a look. So it's putting more emphasis now on the beginning of the word.
Why?
It's quite subtle, but that tends to work at full values like that, or just leave it at 100%. Similarly, you might want to emphasize or de-emphasize, for example, the T of try. If you're getting, you won't get sort of sibilant microphone effects, but you may want to reduce the plosives, and you can do so with ease. Once you've entered the notes in and you've entered the words, you can still edit. So let's say, for example, we wanted to make the word try split over two pitches. So if I hover over roughly where I want the split to take place and click split note, you'll see that it's now split the word try into two. So if I click off and move that down, let's try the word try.
Do we try?
And if anything's not quite right, just step back by hitting undo, and we're back to the original arrangement. So what I've done now is copied this section of notes down and created a new track that I've put the other vocalist in, Sheena, and we can get them to harmonize with one another. You can actually set each note, offset it ever so slightly so you get a more natural effect. Anyway, this is Sheena and Natalie singing together.
Why do we try to forget times gone by?
So we're about ready to try out our Bond theme with Virtual Sheena. The temptation was to build up the orchestration and really go for an over-the-top Bond arrangement, but the object of the exercise was really to hear Synthesizer V in action, so I've had to hold myself back from developing the backing to give Virtual Sheena her moment in the limelight. So, looking at the arrangement, I've mainly used stock Hallian sonic sounds, plus Omnisphere set to the Adagio Espressivo string sound, and the Arturia Solina for the string line at the end of the piece. So, thanks for watching, and let's listen to the final result.
When the universe is closing in on me, and there's no place to hide, try to clear my mind and think of you and me. There will never be a better way to die. When I dream, I can always see your smile, and the road ahead seems clearer for a while. I go back in time, but always wonder why there will never be a better way to die.